Oh, hello, it's Heather. In my last tutorial, I covered some tips and tricks for preparing your 3D assets for use in Adobe Aero. But this week, I'm going to be talking about how to prepare your animations, how to export them, how to bring them into Aero, and also how to activate those animations. There are two primary 3D file formats that you're going to use in Adobe Aero. The first is FBX, and the second is GLB. I typically use GLB. They tend to be a little bit smaller than FBX depending on the model, but also it's the recommended 3D file format from Adobe Aero. If you have further questions, check this website. For all of these explanations, I'm going to be using Blender, but of course you could use your 3D application of choice. I just have a really simple little animation here with this little butterfly, just looping 15 frames. And the way that I animated this is each wing has a separate animation and the body has a separate animation. So I'm going to go ahead and select all of the pieces that I want to export, go up to File, go to Export, go down to GLB, if I can find it, there we go. Give it a name. Butterfly works for me. Click over on Include, then select Selected Objects. That's why I selected the butterfly before I went to Export. And then under Animation, the default setting is Actions, but I'm actually going to click on this drop down and change it to Active Actions Merged. And now I'll go ahead and export. Okay, now let's go ahead and import our GLB butterfly. I'm just going to drag and drop the GLB right onto the 3D stage of Aero, and you can see, voila, we have a butterfly. Let's make it fly. So the way that animations are triggered in Aero is by creating triggers, which are all located in the behavior builder, which is this running man icon. So select your object, then we're going to hit trigger. And there are a bunch of different triggers that you can select. Start will begin the animation as soon as the AR experience launches. Tap, if you wanted it to start as soon as the butterfly is tapped, you would select that. Proximity enter allows you to trigger an event when the participant gets close to an object, or proximity exit allows them to trigger an event when your participant moves away from a particular object. So for this, let's just keep it simple. I'll hit start, and now we need to tell it what to do on start, and this is when we select play animation. So hit action, then select play animation. Because I had the butterfly selected, it automatically detected that that is the subject that I want to animate. Then it actually auto detects the animation set and the clip. If I had not selected merge all actions, I would have a separate clip, each one for a wing and for the body. So I would actually have to set up 3 different actions to trigger that single animation. So by selecting merge, I save myself a lot of time. Clip length adjusts the length of the animation. So if you only had a section of animation that you wanted to play, like a walk sequence, etc., then you could select that here. Speed is pretty self-explanatory. It controls the speed. Transition is used for more complex objects. If you're actually blending from one animation to another, like from sitting to standing and walking, etc. Treadmill actually allows your object to stay in place, and use relative position is really specific to using directable characters, which you can actually read more about. I'll probably have to create another tutorial for this, but it's essentially using Adobe Sensei to create complex virtual character animations, and you can control them across the stage. It's pretty interesting stuff. Back in Aero, let's go ahead and look at the next section, which is play count. If I leave this at 1, it's only going to beat the wings a single time, kind of like that. And I actually want it to play over and over and over again, so I'm going to go ahead and select infinite. Now let's go ahead and test the animation by clicking on the preview button up over here by edit. And there we go. We have a butterfly that is flying. So this is the project that I actually used this butterfly for. I wanted to create a butterfly cyclone. So what I did was I attached proximity triggers to all of these butterflies, so as you move toward them in space, they start to orbit your body indefinitely, like a cyclone. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe if you'd like to learn more about XR or see some of my XR artworks. And yeah, until next time, happy making.